is actually underground in New York. It used to be this great cathedral of a station like Grand Central, but it got knocked down because they thought that was a good idea. But the fact is, when they knocked it down, they realised what a terrible idea it was. So they brought in this Preservation Act that means that it's the reason Grand Central still stands. Anyway, that's irrelevant. I'll read this. The underground layer quickly became a thick... This is me setting off, by the way. This is terrible. I should have practiced. This is me about to set off around America. The underground layer quickly became a thick throng of impatient commuters and confused tourists, the former serving the latter with scowls for not moving with similar efficiency or speed. As 8:30 am approached, the scene was not dissimilar to the Pamplona running of the bulls. The wise visitors pressed their backs into walls and concrete columns, while those too slow or bewildered were trampled by the stampede of beige trench coats and trouser suits, as the irresistible force paradox played out, the unstoppable mass of New Yorkers versus the immovable objects of everyone else. Finally, the call came across the tannoy for passengers to board the train to Boston. Lurking commuters leapt out from behind columns like briefcase-wielding ninjas and hurried for the platform, all attempting the same aloof jog, reining their efforts in so as not to sprint like maniacs and look too anxious. I was caught up in the temporary madness far too easily, the mob feeding my own feverish desire to board the train and depart. I pushed and nudged, slyly inched my rucksack in between the passengers and swiftly followed through after it. In seconds, any common courtesy had been abandoned, and it was every commuter for themselves. Scowls, grunting, and accidental shoulder barges were all part of the course. Downstairs and further down, the hot, stagnant air pressed up against skin. Finally, we reached the platform, somewhere in that lightless netherworld that stretches underneath Manhattan.